Hey guys, Psycho311 here, trying to fend off my dog so he wouldn't come into the bedroom. There's pretty big news this week. I do have some pickups to show, but the big news is I am planning a move. I currently live in Florida, but I'm moving to Kansas probably within a month. So if I don't get to videos or whatever, it's because I'm in the process of moving. I'm thinking about even filming maybe a few videos, like on a trip, just to show you guys what's going on, where we are. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I just think it would be cool to chronicle the trip, just for my own personal, for my own thing, where I could like watch them years later and go, hey, remember when we moved? So that's, that's pretty big, that's huge news. I've lived here for 30 years, and now I'm moving to Kansas, which I know nothing about, but I'm kind of excited for the opportunities, see what's going on out there, and it's a pretty big area. We're moving to Wichita, so that's one of the cities, so that's kind of cool too. I haven't lived in like a big city since I was a kid. So with that being said, I'm going to get on to the pickups. There's not a whole lot this week. I did get some stuff, and I got yet another really good deal. But the first few things I'm going to show you are things I picked up on another trip that we took last Monday. I went down to South Florida to the Venice area, Sarasota, little south of Sarasota, to Venice and Northport and places like that. And even though I was on a trip to visit relatives and go to the beach and stuff like that, like, I hit thrift stores anyway. So I'm going to show you what I got while I was down south. The first thing I got while I was down south, I found in a thrift store for $4. I didn't want to pay it, but I did anyway because I have the original Xbox and the controllers I have are third-party generic ones. So I found this monster, which I haven't even undone yet, honestly. But I found this monster, which I have not yet seen anywhere. And I was like, I don't want to pay $4, but I'm like, man, that's the original. And I have the original Xbox, so I just thought it was cool to pick up the controller, so I went ahead and picked it up. So that's my first pickup at a Goodwill thrift store in, I think we were in Venice, the original Xbox controller. Which, man, you have to have giant hands to use this thing. Wow. I guess that's the first thing. Okay, the next 3 games I got were at a place called the Bargain Barn, which was sponsored by, I think, the Goodwill that was next door. And this place is crazy. If you guys don't know what a bargain barn is, because I don't know if they're exclusive to here, I've never seen one before, but it is pretty much a yard sale where they wheel out giant bins that are filled with just randomness, and you dig around through them. Now, what I witnessed was when they brought new carts out, people would be lined up everywhere, like trying to get to the bins, and I actually witnessed a few older gentlemen arguing and fighting over a little guitar amp. I don't know, it probably had like a 10-inch speaker in it. It was a little practice amp, and the 2 guys each had a side of the handle, and they were, I think I might have seen that first, sir. And the other guy's like, no, I think I got it. And then, like, it got to the point where the clerk had to come and like put them on timeout. Well, not really, but I mean, like, she's like, hey, like, somebody's got to give here, and then the one guy just let it go, and he's like, all right, go ahead. But yeah, I mean, it was crazy. Like, it was just a crush of people whenever they're like, they bring the new bins out, and they say, okay, 3, and they count down, and they make this as like a big deal, which I thought was kind of crazy. But they count down, 3, 2, 1, and then everybody just rushes. Like, my kids got knocked around while we were trying to look in the bins. I mean, it was kind of comical, but this place was crazy. I mean, crazy cheap. Like, I'm talking like cheap for a thrift store cheap. I bought 2 PC games and a PlayStation 1 game, and I think I paid like $1.25 for all 3. And then my wife got a basket full of clothes and some other stuff. And with the games and all the other stuff that we bought, the total came out to $3.71. So it was like, man, it was nuts. It's really cheap. So, okay, that's enough of that. I'm going to show you what I got there. It was slim pickings for video games, actually, at this place. I mean, cool place, and I'm sure maybe I just hit a bad day or whatever, but I did find 3 things that I thought were interesting, so I picked them up. The first one I found, well, this is actually the third thing I found, was the first one I'm going to show. I was digging around. We were there for about a half an hour, and I was coming up empty-handed. And it got to the point where I would just go through aisles I went to and just keep digging anyway. So when I started doing that, I dug all the way to the bottom of one of these plastic totes, and I found this. And it was in good condition. The disc is really, really good, and it comes complete with the manual and everything. A copy of 007 Tomorrow Never Dies for the PS1, which I think I paid 50 cents for this. So I picked up that. I don't really care about it, like as far as like, hey, I'm hyped to play this game, but it is in good condition, and I mean, it's not really worth anything, but it's just a nice piece for the collection, and for 50 cents, I mean, I'm pretty sure I would buy anything. I mean, as far gaming wise, like, hey, here's like a Sesame Street game. It's like, all right, 50 cents, I'll take it anyway, you know? So that's a good deal. And the next two things I found I didn't have, and just recently I was talking about completing my collection. So this is actually really cool that I found these two things, because I don't see them around very often. So what I found, and it sucks because I don't have the original, the booklet, which if you guys have the booklet to this and you're willing to part with it, send me a message or whatever. I'll obviously have to have a new address soon when I get to Kansas. But I plan on keep doing these things if I can. But it's going to be tough for a while because we're going to need the money to like live pretty much. So I will be back on this though in the near future. I'm not going to stop doing videos. I think maybe I'll do game reviews or whatever I can think of. But I want to keep the videos going. But anyway, the first thing I got was this copy of Grand Theft Auto 1, which, I mean, I don't know, you don't see that around too often. And like I said, it doesn't have the book or whatever, but it is Grand Theft Auto. It's in pretty decent shape, and it has the artwork on the back. I just don't have the book. So this copy of Grand Theft Auto 1, 32 cents. I'll take that all day. Now, the next thing I got, which I can't actually believe that I got this at this place. So the reason you probably saw me just unbox that, and I'm going to explain why. So this was the first game I saw, and the original GTA was sitting under it, but because it didn't have a book, like typically I don't care. But I picked it up anyway, and I was like, oh, it's Grand Theft Auto, I'll take it. But this was the first thing I came across, and it's for the PC. Like I said, I don't really PC game, I don't have one. But it's just cool to have the collection. So this was the first thing I came across. It is a copy of GTA 2. And the disc is really good shape. It's got the... Yeah, it's really good. It's got the cover artwork. It's got the map. It's got... I don't even know what this is. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is a map. And then on this side is a poster. Respect is everything. Okay, so then what is this? This must be another... Maybe the map ripped in two or something, because this is another piece of the map. So there must have been a big error. I don't think it was ripped because the poster is complete. So, yeah, GTA 2 must be huge. I did play it, but I didn't really super get into the GTA games until 3, so... But so, yeah, I got this GTA 2 for the PC, and the reason I took it out of the box was because I picked this game up. Oh, wow, I didn't even know this opened. That's crazy. I honestly did not even know this opened. I just discovered that right now. But anyway, so I picked up this game and I'm like, oh, GTA 2. I don't have a PC, but whatever, I'll take it. You know, I don't have GTA 2. So 3 seconds after I decide I'm taking GTA 2, my wife comes up with this box, and she's like, hey, look at this. She goes, I found GTA 2, but there's no game. And I was like, I found GTA 2, but there's no box. So I took the box, and I stuck the game in it. And she's like, hey, since the box was in a different bin, do you think they'll charge you extra? And I was like, I don't think so, because I put the game in it, so they're just going to charge it as a whole package. So I have a complete copy of GTA 2 with manuals, maps, everything. I think I paid 38 cents for this. So I'm like, hey, I'm not passing that up. So I got GTA, while I was on my trip down to South Florida, I got GTA 1 and 2 at a bargain barn, and then the original Xbox controller. at the Goodwill thrift store, and the 007 at the Bargain Barn too. Alright, so I'm going to move on to what I got yesterday, which there simply seems to be a story to go along with every single thing I found. And there is one here too. Okay, so I'm driving down the street, and I actually have a thrift store on the street that I live on, like 5 seconds away. So I was driving home from the store. It was like 10 minutes to 5, and they close at 5, and I'm like, oh man, this place never has nothing. I'll just go in anyway. And I was kind of arguing with myself whether or not I was going to go in. Now, there's a dude that works in there, younger guy, who I mentioned to him, like, hey, here's my number. If you ever get any kind of video game stuff, give me a call, and I'll come and pick it up. And he's like, all right. So yesterday, while I was driving kind of slow past it, because, like I said, I was arguing about whether or not I wanted to go there, like, this guy burst the door open and weighs me down. He's like, hey, come here. So I was like, oh, okay, he's got something cool. And this is the stuff that he had. And I'll tell you what I paid for it, which I think was a good deal. I'll tell you what I paid for it after I'm done. So the first thing, I'm going to go through some of the loose stuff. Not games, but there was like loose stuff in here, which led me to believe that maybe there should have been more games, but maybe they just threw them away or didn't have them or whatever happened to them. And the only reason I'm going to show you guys this is because if anyone out there has an incomplete copy of any of these games, you can send me a message or whatever, and I'll send you the manuals to complete your collection. But the first manual, and all these manuals are in really good shape except for this one. But the first manual is for SSX3. It must be either PS2 or Xbox, I'm not sure. But here's a manual for SSX3 that was in that bundle. The San Andreas manual, which I was kind of bummed that San Andreas was not in there. What's this? MotoGP manual. And when I seen this, I looked around and I was like, oh man, that would be cool to have another copy of this. But there was no game, just the manual. And it's got rental store stickers all over. It says here, if you don't return this book with the game, it's a $25 charge. So it's like, damn, they charge $25 for the manual at this, what's it called? Act 1 Video. I remember that place. I actually remember Act 1 Video. But it's a manual for Final Fantasy VII. So if you have an incomplete copy of Final Fantasy VII and you need the manual, I have it. I have a complete copy of Final Fantasy VII right here somewhere. So I do not need this manual. Okay, the next thing that was in there, and I kind of haggled with the guy a little, because these were in there, and I really did not want them. I don't play these games. I don't care. Maybe I'll just give him, pick up a copy of the game and give them to my daughter. But I told the guy, since he did me the favor of putting all the stuff to the side and waiting for me to come, I would take them anyway. But it is... Uh-oh. I'm getting hung up here. 3... I'm not going to unfold them. 3 Dance Dance Revolution dance mats for... I think this is PS1. And I believe these two are PS2. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going by the colors and what I remember the cords looking like. But yeah, 3 Dance Dance Revolution mats, which I will never do anything with. Like I said, I took them because the guy did me the favor, and he said he didn't want to hang on to them because he'd never sell them. And the price was right, and I'll tell you what I paid at the very end. Next thing, when I dug around in there, I came across this, which just a few weeks ago, when I did my first video, I was like, hey, I need memory cards. Now I think I have 5 of them. In the bin was one of the OG PlayStation 2 memory cards, not a third party, not a Mad Catz or whatever else. So that's cool. Now I have a licensed one, because I don't think I do in my PS1s over there. I think maybe one of them are licensed and the other 2 are third party. But, so this was in there. I'll go through the PS1 games that were in there first. Okay, first... that was in there was a complete copy of, and it's in great condition, copy of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for the PS1 was in the bundle that I picked up yesterday. A complete copy of Namco Museum Volume 3, which I think in last week's video I had a Namco, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, but I got that Namco game for the original Xbox. Yeah, it was in one of these rental jewel cases, but it's not really that big of a deal because it's just a demo disc. It is the Holiday 2004 demo disc for the PlayStation 2. It's got some cool stuff. Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal Jack 2, Killzone, Metal Gear, Snake Eater's on here, Silent Hill 4, Prince of Persia 2, Star Wars Battlefront, Ace Combat 5. I mean, so it's cool. Just a demo disc. It was thrown in there, so it came with it, so I took it. And these are probably the two most valuable things that I discovered online anyway. I didn't know this one was, but I guess it's kind of hard to find, but it sucks because I don't have the artwork. It's in a generic case, but I do have the disc. It is a copy of Crash 2 Wrath of Vortex, which disc only is actually getting a good price, so I might try to look for like pieces of that so I can put it together and make it complete. And I would definitely like to put this one together and make it complete. This is a game that I remember hearing about back in the day, like I remembered vaguely. And I figured, like, hey, I never hear about this. You know, no one's talked about it in a million years. But I don't have the artwork. Same thing as Crash 2. I don't have the artwork or anything. But it is, and it has a movie gallery sticker on it also, which kind of sucks. But it is a copy of Herc's Adventure for the PS1. Now, I looked this up, and just disc only, and I'm talking with writing and stickers, because I read it in the description, is going for about $35. Which I know I don't usually talk about prices, but the deal that I got on all this stuff is really good, so I'm mentioning it just to let you know that I actually, if I ever decide to sell any of these, recouped all my money and like, I recouped it, all my money and then some. Okay, so the next thing I got, what is this? Oh, this was the, it's a generic box with some black and white artwork, obviously a rental, but it did have the book inside. All I would need is a jewel case to complete it. Not really, because the back artwork wouldn't be in there. But it's a copy of NFL Blitz 2000 for the PlayStation. Oh, this is an original PlayStation game for the PlayStation. And like I said, this was a movie rental place. It says Homosassa. Act 1 Video in Homosassa. But I got a copy of NFL Blitz 2000. Also in the bundle. Then for the PlayStation 2 complete inbox, which this looks brand new also, a copy of Summoner, which I had never heard of. So I thought, oh man, I'll look at this one too. But nah, it wasn't. Nothing too special. Then for the original Xbox, complete, good condition. And this is cool because I picked up the main game last week, Halo 2 multiplayer map pack for the original Xbox. And if you watched last week's video, you've seen in that pickups video, I picked up Halo 2. So that was kind of cool. It's like, oh cool, I'll take the map pack. Oh, no, unstack. Next is a demo disc, which I could not actually locate online. So I don't know. If you guys know anything about this, send me a message. There's a double feature demo disc, PlayStation 2 for Hot Shots Golf 3 and Parappa the Rapper 2. Now, I'm pretty sure this just came in a cardboard sleeve, but whoever owned this actually put it into a generic jewel case too. So I figured rather than take it out and just stick it in the cardboard, I'm just going to leave it in the generic case because it fits well and it doesn't really damage the cardboard too much. It makes it look a little nicer actually. But yeah, I could not locate this online, so I didn't know, because sometimes maybe some of these demo discs are like, hey, we can't find that no more. So this was in the bundle also. Hot Shots Golf 3 and Parappa the Rapper 2 demos. Then there was a copy complete in box for the Xbox One of Red Faction 2, which I had never played. I played Guerrilla, and then the demo for whatever the one was after that, I think it was Armageddon. But I thought Guerrilla was pretty cool. Armageddon was But, so that was in there too. It says $2, but I didn't pay $2 for it. And then a copy of complete in box with map, copy of Grand Theft Auto 3. So just this week alone, I got Grand Theft Auto 1, 2, and 3. Different consoles, but whatever. I don't know what happened, but I somehow did not have this. But now I do have it, so that was also in the bundle, Grand Theft Auto 3. Excuse me. Up next, complete in the box for the original Xbox, I got Return to Castle Wolfenstein Tides of War, which I have never played. But I did play, not the Old Blood, but the one before that, the New Order Wolfenstein for the Xbox One. Great game. And I like Wolfenstein, so maybe I'll try this. Maybe not, because I haven't played anything in weeks. But Return to Castle Wolfenstein was also in the bundle. This was in there. I don't know when I'll ever play it or whatever, but it is a copy of the PC version of, with all the books and manuals and everything, of The Sims 2 Open for Business. One of the expansions. The box is actually quite big. I collect PC games. I don't have a PC. I don't really care about it, honestly, but I collect the games. And, you know, maybe I could use them as trade bait or something, you know what I mean? So this was in there anyway, so I had to take it. But, yeah, The Sims 2 Open for Season. I actually like The Sims, so that doesn't bother me. But I just, like I said, I can't play it. Next up is one of the original Black Label versions, not a Greatest Hits, which is really cool, but there's no manual for this one, of Tekken Tag Tournament for the PS2. That was also in the bundle. 3 more, guys. 3 more. And then that's going to be it for this week, honestly. Complete inbox Greatest Hits copy of Medal of Honor Frontline for the PS2. So if you remember last week's video, I got the Medal of Honor case, GameCube case, but it had Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance in it. So now I actually have Frontline, so that's cool. And the last 2 things, I have Call of Duty Finest Hour, a Black Label version for the PlayStation 2. I've never played anything before Modern Warfare, so this will be cool to check out. I hear the games are actually pretty cool, so... And then the last game that I picked up in this bundle was... And this is complete in box with promos and everything that comes with it. Copy of Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec for the PlayStation 2. I like racing games. I'm not a racing fan. I'm not a NASCAR guy. I care less about it, honestly. But I like racing games. I don't know why. It's weird, but I do. So that's all the stuff that I got in the bundle that I bought yesterday where the guy flagged me down. So these, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 games, 3 DDR dance pads, a couple of manuals, and this PlayStation 2 memory card, $10. So he said that, he says, oh, if you take these dance pads, he's like, oh, I just want it, because I was like, hey, I don't want this, I don't want this. He's like, no, I was just hoping to sell the whole thing to you, and I was going to give you a good deal. And I was like, okay, so what's a good deal? And he's like, $10. All right, done. So I couldn't pass it up. I thought it was a great deal. $10 for all these games, and I know just in Crash 2 Vortex and Herc's Adventures, I could easily recoup like double that. So that's why you go to thrift stores, guys. But most of the people who are interested in watching videos like this already know. So that's this week's pickup video. I have not been doing the stream, even though I do advertise it. I haven't streamed in a long time, and I'm probably not going to, at least until I get this move out of the way and I figure out what's going on. I guess I have a few more weeks to do it here, so I might pop on randomly. I don't know. I guess it just depends on the mood that I'm in. But, yeah, I'm planning a big move, guys, so I don't know how many more pickup videos I'll be doing, but I will try to stay on here and make something just to keep it going, you know what I mean? But you can follow me on Twitch, which would be great, even though I haven't been on there. But I'm going to try to, like I said, the big move. So it's at twitch.tv/psycho311. What else? I think that's about it. Like, I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Please leave some feedback. Hardly anyone ever does. So leave some feedback. Like the video if you want. Subscribe if you want. And what I think I might do on the trip to Kansas is if we stop at anywhere to take a break or whatever, maybe I'll do some live. Well, it won't be live for you guys, but maybe I'll record my trips around the thrift stores and see what I can find. And then you guys, like, if I find something cool, then you guys will see how much of a child I act like when I come across something like this. Which I don't know if that would be that would probably be really funny for you guys and really sad for me. But whatever, it is what it is. Thanks again. Follow, all that stuff. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, whatever it is that you do. Leave feedback. Tell me you like it, you don't like it, whatever. But yeah, this is going to be probably the last pickup video I'll have for a couple of weeks. And hopefully you guys are enjoying these. I know I already said all that. I will see you as soon as I possibly can. And that's going to be about it. I got to break all these games down for the move, which stinks because I just put this shelf up. Alright guys, later.